Hello. Uh, can you see?
I'm still
Yeah, it should be. 9 minutes. Hello. Hi. Yeah. This is the studio. That's Mickey. I'm gonna paint on this canvas, and it's the first time I do this, so I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do. Can you? Okay, no. So we are gonna need. Yeah. We are gonna need some materials to paint, some oils or acrylic or anything. You can do black and white or colors. Take some lemon water. Anyway, okay. I am doing it with the computer. Yeah, so it's a bit weird to move it around. But I'm gonna show you the palette. I have got a palette which is glass and a canvas that is an old canvas. Anyway, the palette I tried to put the colors in the same order, like white to pinks to greens to blue, and then we go to yellow, red, ochre, earth, and kind of burgundy. You don't need as many. You don't need at all. I don't know. I mean, you can do it. You can do it with black and white or tea, or yeah, you can have some kind of coffee rests and paint on paper. Or I don't know. I'm gonna do oil and I'm gonna paint. People can talk here. Armandelo, hello, hey, Garbanz, Mickey, hey. Anyway, yeah, glad that you're here. Okay, so we're gonna paint that fruit here. Anyone at home can paint anything. Just grab, I don't know, like a friend, your father, your mother, your sons, anyone that is around. You can paint them. And maybe I can paint Mickey. Better than the flowers.
I look like shit.
That doesn't matter. So I'm gonna paint. Yeah, okay. I show you also brushes. I put them from small size to big size, and the advantage of have the colors always in the same place, the brushes on the same place as well, to have some order in the palette is good because you don't have to think much. Mechanically, with time, you will learn to know where the small brushes are, the medium brushes, the big ones, the warm colors, the cold colors. Anyway, I paint in bars. I paint sometimes at night in places that there is not much light, so it helped me to know where everything is. How is the quality of the video, Mickey?
I can't stream it at the same time as you because otherwise the noise will disturb.
Okay. But it was alright, no? The sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have got a white canvas, which could be a piece of paper, could be wherever. And there's this thing that people call the, I don't know, it's fear of the white space or something. It's like the white paper for writers, the blank page. Sometimes it's tricky to start because we're a bit like, ooh, it's precious. It has taken a long time to prime. I have primed it with some acrylic prime. It's a piece of cotton or linen, something I found. And then you have to staple it, you have to stretch it. So maybe you spend, I don't know, a couple of hours doing the whole thing. I mean, it takes days to do one coat, let it dry, acrylic primer for a few hours. Then you do another coat. You can sand in between coats. Anyway, I don't want to bore and I don't know in which in what stage you are. If you have got everything ready, yeah, I don't know, just take some color, take a piece of cloth, for example. I'm gonna raise this one up. So, piece of cloth. I have got turpentine because turpentine is what mixes with oil. But if you are using acrylics or watercolor, will be water. So I dunk it here. And I take, for example, I looking at what I have got in front. I have got the sofa and Mickey, which is quite orangey, the whole thing. So I go for a orange. You get it mixing red and yellow. So if you have got red and yellow colors, you mix them together like this, red and yellow. You mix them with a brush, with a cloth, with whatever you want. And I'm gonna make it very, very liquid. So when you go on the canvas, you cover the whole thing. So we're gonna give continuity to the painting by giving like a background color. This is very see-through. You have to be careful to don't put too much. You can use several colors. You can put, I don't know, you can put wherever you want. But normally what I do, and the classics, the painters, Rembrandt, El Greco, Velázquez, I don't know, anyone. They normally do something like this, which is a background color. Is something to when you are painting, you don't have to respect everything. You don't have to worry about the white spaces. And it's a nice surface to work, and it's a first contact with the canvas, so you can see if it is very absorbent, if it is not absorbent, if it is very rough. It's a first contact with the material. You test it and you see how it reacts to paint. In this case, very, very liquid paint. It's a bit not very absorbent, this one. So I'm taking a bit off. And it is more see-through. It's transparent. It's like a glaze, something you can see through. It's it's a glaze. It's called. Anyway, so now you take a brush, a big one. If you are not very used to paint, how big? Okay, like this. And a good thing to do is wherever you are looking at, if it is a fruit, yeah. If, for example, I was painting the still life, I see that most of the things are either orange or yellow. Look. No, it's okay, it's okay. Thank you. So there is like, it's the idea of okay, I'm trying to focus, yeah, of what we remember about it, no? It's just like, it's a reddish circle. So we just do that. And the oranges are in this side, on the right hand side. And the bananas, which are yellow, are more in this area. So we're trying to do first thing is something like the idea of wherever we're painting, you know, what you will think, no? A hand, five fingers, light, shadow, just as if you were seeing the object from very, 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 very far. Like when you're in the street and you see someone on the other side of the road and you recognize them, even though you don't see the little eyes and the nose and everything. You see like a silhouette. That's the first stage that I normally do in a painting, is painting something seen from far. So when I paint, I kind of semi-close my eyes a bit to see blurry. and I don't know, to get the impression. So already I have got here like, yeah, like the terracotta thing, the container. I'm using some red. There is an apple, which I'm using burgundy now to do a little kind of warmer element here. If anyone is watching, can you tell me if if you can see well here on the chat? You can maybe say, "Oh, the image is good or bad." The sound, I really am playing by ear, so I don't know how this thing works. Okay, so we have got an apple, we have got the container, all this orangey. Let's go now with what we see around the. Let me see if you can see the still life. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I think you
You
can.
can't see it.
No?
No,
I have moved it.
you can't see the fruits.
Can you check?
I am checking.
And I cannot. Why not?
Because the fruit are completely out of sight.
Higher? Yeah. No, but that's the past.
Yeah, but still. You have to pop them on the sofa. Put them there, put them there.
That's okay. Yeah. And we're putting the. I think now you can see the still life.
God, I'm in the video as well.
Ah, yeah? Okay. Now? Okay. So to begin with, we're painting the still life. So we have got this apple here. This is the terracotta thing. The bananas are gonna come from the end. They're gonna come up to here. They come out. They see it like this. I'm taking some yellow, making it liquid. Now the perspective has changed, so everything is very kind of on my face. But the yellow, yeah, yellow takes this space more or less. It comes to the apple, come up here. Okay, I'm gonna paint the side of this banana that is almost touching here. So it comes from the back. Yeah, kind of like that. And come up here. There's a bit of green that is nice. This green. Green is blue and yellow. And you can put white on it to make it lighter. Or if you have got all the colors, you use them. So here is this side of the banana. Up there. Yeah. Okay, so more or less a banana is gonna go there. It doesn't look much like the object, but it doesn't really matter. Now we're here just trying to break this moment of I cannot paint, I cannot paint. So it's just trying to trying to do something, just intervene on the canvas, just treat it as a playful thing. First we have done all this mess here with the yellow. Now we're with. It's like playing. It is playing. It's not like playing. It's playing. Um, so now what do they do? Uh, yeah, I will take maybe the orange, the complementary color of orange. Orange is red and yellow. The complementary is blue. There are only three colors: is red, yellow, and blue. And when you mix two, the one that is remaining is the complementary. So you put them together, and they are more catchy to the eye. It's like we respond to it as a stronger combination. We see it more clearly. They emphasize one another. So the oranges are orange, that's red and yellow. So the complementary is the blue, and being the orange quite light, I'm gonna use kind of a light blue just to start drawing a bit. We haven't done much of a drawing yet. You can draw, you can notice. Okay, let's mix it. So there's a banana there, there's another very ugly one coming here that need to be eaten, kind of like that. And then here we start finding an orange, another orange here. So we move things, it doesn't really matter if there's a mistake. You don't have to worry. There's a mistake, there's a mistake. Uh, Painting, you can always kind of go over and over and correct things. You will see. I mean, this, I'm starting painting a still life, but very, very likely is the beginning and nothing to do with what we're gonna do at the end. So this is the side, the clay. The other bananas are here. Just take big chunks of information. Like, it's difficult without see you guys, but if someone is painting a bottle, try to think, okay, what color is this? This is gray, or this is brown. But what kind of brown? Is it a light brown? Is it a dark brown? Is a gray? Is kind of bluish? Is it kind of reddish? So you start making those decisions. You try to make wherever you are painting personal. You're trying to give it a personality. You're trying to explain. You're looking at something, you like it or dislike it, and you want to represent it. You want to think about it, assimilate it, and put it on paper. Is I don't know. For me, painting is very much like relaxing thing to do. Is uh, yeah, it's quite relaxing. It's very easy to go into yourself. You question your thoughts. You direct your mind into one single focus, which is, I don't know, it's like meditation. Or yeah, I think that's why I like it, because it's relaxed me, and so no, it's a good way of passing time. Besides, that's my job. Anyway, so there is, yeah, it's kind of like that. So we have got an orange, this orange, and the whole thing is orange, but it's not one single thing. You know, you can see here there's a shadow, and here there's a light. So let's choose just three colors. So it's gonna be one, the darkest, the lightest, and the middle ground. And with those three, without going into detail, we make the first, not the first. I mean, that's just we're in a second stage now. No? We have decided what we're painting. We have start lines and colors, and now is defining. This is like super simplistic. So let's take it one step forward and say this orange. Okay, I'm gonna take the color of the canvas as the middle ground. So I'm gonna do this orange a bit darker. So I take red, yellow, and I mix it with tiny, tiny little bit of blue. Okay, I'm mixing here. And it's a very dirty color, but that's okay. So let's say half of the orange is darker here, more or less like this. And now this, we say we're gonna leave it as it is. Why not? And now we're gonna take a yellow, a little bit warming, a bit orangey, with a yellow with a tiny, tiny little bit of red. Maybe we brighten it up with white. And we see where the maximum light is, the highlight, and we put it there. Now, as I was quite dirty here, that's disrupting the drawing. I'm gonna just try to match the color. Yeah, it's a 4-tone. So the orange is a bit more there. It depends now on this apple, no? In order to kind of keep on working, instead of just focusing on one thing, we do the painting all at the same time. So any given moment, the painting is finished. At the beginning, it was an orange abstract painting, just like a glaze. Then it was a impressionist drawing, and now it's becoming a painting. It's becoming more detailed. So where the apple touched the orange, there is a very dark line. That is the shadows of both. So let's draw a bit the apple here. As well here, the bit at the back, I don't know how it is called. And this apple is a bit green. So we put the green here. We do the highlight as well, like in the orange we did, which is a little bit like this. And now we go with the intense red burgundy, kind of the main color of the apple, no? You think about the red apple and we put it here. Here we find in between both, there is a shadow, very, very dark shadow that is in the corner. We are drawing without having to draw. We are already drawing the container. Now with the shadow, with this bit of orange coming outside, this apple hiding behind it. Now we can do the lines straight there. Yep, it's starting to happen. So let's keep everything at the very, very same level. So this orange quick, we go with the dirty. I keep the brushes the same so I know which ones are there. The dirty bit, let's make it personal, a little bit different from this. Yeah, nice. The medium is gonna be now the lighter, the medium. So we have to do something in between this and this. And even though it doesn't look like we haven't done much yet, but as soon as you decide and you think, okay, now let's, for example, I say the background, I want it to be a red, burgundy, ultramarine blue, which is like a warm color. So the orange, it doesn't seem like it's much, but as soon as you start doing the background, it becomes more solid. Is That's the good thing about choosing a good color at the beginning is working with you. You have made a decision what kind of a painting you are doing. So now let's have a look. Let's put dark all over around so we don't lose the momentum up to here, because then we're gonna paint the sofa probably. It doesn't really need to be all in place. We are not doing some kind of I want perfect neurotic observation of getting stressed and having a bad time. Yeah. So how does it look? It's always good to go back and take some. If you're working on a table, take the paper and put it far to have a look, to see it from far, like the person you see on the other side of the road. The same, you're looking at the model with eyes almost closed, very blurry. The same, you have to look at the painting. So don't be too demanding with it. Just try to keep it in one direction without being frustrated. You have to go a little bit with the painting, with the decisions you have been making. I did the very, very kind of thoughtless decision of having the thing orange. I was about to paint Mickey, but then I had the oranges there, so it's, I don't know, it's just going with it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. So I'm going back to have a look. And the whole thing is quite monocolor at the moment, and the reality is more contrast. So if we want to go for reality, look, this is an Epictetus book, which I like it, and I am meaning to reread it again and again. I'm gonna paint it here because I like it. It's like, I don't really know, for a lesson for painting. I don't know who's watching or who's not, what relevance, but making the book there is going closer to the reality and give me a different palette, so I can introduce new colors here. The pages, for example, is a nice creamy color that will come in a different palette that we are not using. Am I making sense, Mickey?
Yeah.
Okay. That scarf underneath is quite nice as well. It's just trying to keep everything at the same speed. So it's a scarf. By definition, it's a stripy scarf. Oh, I don't know if that's the definition, but has got lines vertical and horizontal. And again, it gives us the chance of bring contrast to the whole composition. So I'm gonna use some bright red. And it's random, just playful, just a bit intuition. It's actually looking nice. But as that's one thing I wanted to avoid, this thing of going nice. I think we learn much more when something goes wrong in a painting. For a lesson, I would like it to, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, this is the book that kind of draws gives definition and gives, I don't know. Is a white line that we have got here. It's gonna go here doing the. Anyway, if you're painting, paint for a bit. I don't know. I'm gonna paint for a bit. Yeah, when painting is good to have breaks and to look at the thing and to decide what are you gonna do. I quite like it right now. It's one, as I said, is if I lose the painting right now, that wouldn't be. I would like that someone will found it and keep it and thought, I like it. Is trying to keep the whole thing always like this. The last moment that I am painting is take the painting from always a finished product from the beginning to the end. Is work not don't focus on one corner of the painting in a detail or just always go with the whole thing. Keep unity, uh, keep it fresh, keep it fun. Yeah, keep it. Is spending an hour or two with yourself with some playful palette and an object, and that's quite a nice thing to do for me. There's a yellowy green that is quite nice here. Hmm? What do you need
Filters.
on the little shelf? I forgot this orange. So I go back to the same old color. I don't like that. So this is what we say, that when there is a problem, is in painting it's quite nice to be able to work with it. So it's not a problem; it's just another layer. It's nice to see how a painting evolves and rectified and made changes. Those bananas, they need to be strong here to come forward. I try to keep the brushes clean. I have got many brushes, so I don't have to be cleaning them as I paint. It's painting live, or with a model, or with a friend, or with whatever. Time is quite precious, so I don't want to spend it, yeah, cleaning brushes and looking for new things. So it's good to have many. Either if you're using pencils, many pencils, or brushes, or cloths, you can do a painting just with different kind of clothes. I don't know. I think for the time being, it's okay. I have. It's an experiment. It's the first time I do this. Uh, I think I have been like 40 minutes or something. I'm gonna have a break. Probably that's it for today. If I don't know, I guess maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll think about it, and I hope someone has got something out of this. For me, it's good to do a painting in front of the camera and to explain it is a way of thinking about it. Um, it is a bit tricky to don't know exactly what I'm doing with whom. No, if you are young people, older people, what do you want? What is your level? Anyway, so any comments will be appreciated if someone wants some kind of a special direction or I don't know, any questions. It would be nice if someone had been painting. I would really like if you could send me a photograph as a comment of what you have done. Uh, it's not about being good or bad. It's just seeing that actually people has done something and to share the results. I mean, this is I don't know. It's not such a. It's I don't know. Spending like a little bit of time together. It could be a nice thing. I will do it if people like it. Um, yeah, it's nice to catch up, to talk, to share a little bit of this knowledge that I haven't been very clear about. I'm learning to do this live workshop, lesson, wherever. Just sharing something I do, and I think it's a good way of spending time. Painting is a nice exercise. You get paintings for your house. When you paint them, you hang them. I don't know. I've got this place full of paintings. uh, okay, I don't really know, but I hope you have had a good time. Please send me a photograph of something if you have done something. It would be nice as a memory. Yeah, I could do this easily every day. I could keep on going for hours. I really don't mind that. It's the first time, so I want to see I don't know, think about it, and maybe I don't even know if this thing will keep on being there, or it's only possible to see it live, or if it stays. In internet, everything stays, but I don't know if it will stay in Facebook. I guess so. Anyway, hope you're well and that you have had a good time and that the sound is clear, the image is all right. I will work on that if needed. Okay, love you all. And end like video. And yes.